What's up, everybody? Mark with Ecom Warriors. Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be continuing and probably coming to a conclusion of the whole entire series with the Rose and Thorn clothing store, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So as you guys may or may not know, we have been using the Wolf of Shopify theme. Now, I actually got the chance to check out their website. Clearly, they have changed some things. From what I could see, the theme is relatively the same. However, for the theme, and I told you guys this before about this is their demo. Where was it here? Where was the here it is, the button for the theme. It's significantly more expensive. It's $125. Well, not significantly. It was $100 before. Now it's $125. I'll leave my discount code in the description box down below. This is the theme that we're using for the store. So let's just get right into it. And obviously, if you guys have not seen episode 1, episode 2, here it is. So you guys know, created episode 1, created episode 2. Guys, go ahead and check them out. I'll just go ahead and just show you guys where they are, how they kind of look like. So this is episode 1, and we've been actually continuing with this pretty decent. So I've created it into a playlist. So if you want to see like every episode kind of in its own order, it's in a playlist right here. It's called How to Create a Shopify Clothing Brand, all right? Also, the giveaway of the winner is declared. Just go back to episode number 2. Check in the comments who won the giveaway. I hearted and commented on their comment. And for this giveaway, all you have to do, like I said, is be subscribed, comment, and obviously thumbs up the video. All right. So, and by the way, for those who don't know, people who win the giveaways get to win a free course of their choosing on my website. All right. So let's get into it. We did a lot of stuff to the store that I did off camera, and that's actually some stuff that I'm going to be talking about. So let's go ahead and kind of bring that up. I added a photo here to the mailing list. We used banner version 4 as the header banner. I know a lot of people don't use a banner like this as a header banner. However, this is a very useful tool. And the reason why it's very useful is because a lot of times we see banners like, let's say, where is it here? Banner number 6 as the top banner, right? We see a banner like this, and this is what's referred to as a hero banner, okay? And the reason why hero banners are beneficial is because they take up a lot of space on the website, but they also can essentially put out a very profound message, whatever that message is, right? So if you have a sale on your products, 40% off, whatever the case may be, you would put it on the banner here. We didn't actually use this, and because the store we're modeling after this, right, our clothing store, they don't have any photos that are that large in size, right? They don't actually have any banners, so I couldn't actually use this banner without images looking pixelated and foggy and just messed up. So what did I do? And this is what, creativity comes into play. I used banner version 4, and what banner version 4 is it's a 3-part banner, right? It's got like a piece here, and a piece here on the right, and I did 2 images sandwiched in with some text. Now, I could have done it like this. I could have actually made another version of this, so I could have done it like this, and I'll just show you guys. Banner version 4, I'll add another banner, and I could have done the text here and the text here with the image in the middle, and I'll kind of just show you guys how that looks. So if I wanted to do an image in the middle, I believe this is the middle one, I could have went with this. This is an example of the photo. Where is it here? And let's go back, and I could have easily, right, added some context here. However, I didn't do that. And the reason why I didn't do that is because this is not actually what I wanted to do. I think when you add more images to the banner, I'm just going to delete this banner because I feel like it's in the way. But when you add more images to the actual banner, right, like this, 2 images sandwiched in with some text, I think it will just look better overall. So let's go ahead and remove that section, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we did. So if I click shop now, and this is actually something I kind of want to change, but you guys are going to see this, it's the product page. Now, there are, as you guys may or may not know, with the Wolf of Shopify theme, it's very I guess you can say creative in nature when you look at the collections page. How is that possible? Well, you can choose to have a grid or to have a list. So if I click on list, right, the products look like this. And this is great, and this looks different. However, when you have a store with a lot of products, it would be better to use a grid, right? So it would be better to use a grid. Now, something that I want to say is with this grid is that the grids are best created when images are all the same size. So for example, if all the images are the same size like this, right, it's better because it's more fluid, it comes together. But these two images are different in size, and these images are all the same size except for this one. So that's where, problems come into play. The ideal way is to have every single image the same size, and this is not only beneficial from an SEO standpoint because Google looks like you have all your ducks in a row, but, and believe it or not, this actually is true. You could check on Neil Patel's blog. He talks about, image sizing and correlation. Of how images sizes need to be roughly the same for SEO purposes, because if it doesn't look good, you're gonna have issues with first content paint. However, this wouldn't be something that I would do on a professional business website, right? All the images need to be the same size, at least for conversion standpoint. You guys could see on the Wolf theme, we have different options for breadcrumb style. So if people don't know, we could select style number 2, right? Which is just, a photo in the background here if we wanted to. We could have changed up the color. We could have uploaded an image instead, like an image like this, let's say. And let's select that, and we could have enabled it here, but that's not something we did, right? We kept it on style number 1. Now, what is style number 3? You guys will see it in a second. It will be, let me just wait for it to load here. Basically, everything like this that's vertical is actually horizontal. And this little background is present. You'll see once it finishes loading. It looks exactly like this, right? And so if I uploaded a background, let's just pick this one, which is not ideal, but you guys will get the point in a second, right? Let's just let that load. Basically, what's going to happen is this image will be the background and everything will be horizontal as you once saw a few seconds ago. So yeah, exactly like this. And I actually don't like that style banner for this style store. So what I'm going with is style 1. All right. Now let's go back here and let's make the text the color black. I just think black is a little bit cleaner because it matches the logo, it matches some of the text and stuff like that, the header menu. Let's go ahead and take a look at our product pages. So this is something I want to show you guys also. So with a product page, I actually want to get a little different here. So something I never showed before is this real-time visitor counter. And this is actually very beneficial from a conversion standpoint when it comes along with this countdown timer in relation to the amount of ads or what kind of ad or what kind of way you're generating traffic. So imagine if I was running a Facebook ad, and this is one of the most highest converting, that's not English, the highest converting type of ads that you can run is some kind of incentivization-based offer ad. So an offer that says, hey, 30% off all products, stock is limited. If you really dissect that kind of ad, look at the copy, right? Stock is limited. What does that initiate? That initiates scarcity, right? When you say 30% off, that's incentivization. So you have incentivization and you have scarcity, which are two powerful tools. But when somebody comes to the website and they see the correlation, right? Correlation bias, when they see that stuff actually exists, when you see a hurry, only 19 left in stock, and then you see 19 visitors right now, this does a lot to you, and you just saw the number go down 1. And you could actually control this all through the product detail settings and things like that. When you hit theme settings, there's just a whole bunch of different stuff that you could take a look at. Something that we added was a size grid. So what does the size grid actually do? It's a size chart. And you can actually upload that here. You have one for men's, for women's, whatever you want to kind of go with, and it's all available to you. So these are some benefits to the theme. Now, this little special offer box, you can't do this with normal themes, but you could do this with Wolf theme, or Wolf of Shopify, which is basically like a place where you can kind of select what your special offers are. So, and the text is actually all right here. So it's very, very easy to write down and things like that. If you want to, you could just get rid of all this right here, and you could type in great offers, which doesn't make sense, but I'm just showing people how to kind of edit the text, and you could do a little one of these arrows, BR with another arrow. This means break, and it will create like another line. And so what this will do is this will update, but obviously we don't want that to happen, and I don't want to save that. I want to keep the special offer text available here. And let me just go ahead and reload. I'll go back. Let me exit and view the store one more time so we could get back to what we were talking about. Now, an edit that I'm going to make live in front of you guys right now to show you guys kind of what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing how the images are presented to the individual on the store. And you guys are going to see this in just a minute, all right? So let's go ahead and hit product pages. Okay, and so we're looking at a product page here. What I want to do is I want to change this up a little bit, right? So let's go to product page here, and we have the product style, the layout style, all right? So we have product extended background. What I'm going to look for is I actually want for a product slide gallery. And if this is not the right one, I'll go with a different one. But basically what this is wait, hold on. This honestly might not be the right one. Basically what it is it's almost like a slider. Now, and I'll just go through the different versions of this are. There are two different slider versions. There's this kind of slider version where if you scroll down, it's kind of like sliding down, the images are right there. But to me, that's a little bit too much. So we can actually kind of figure out how we want to do this. We have a gallery basic. There was one of them that I saw here where the images could slide on the top, and we're actually going to figure out what that is. So product sticky center, we have product sticky center, so it's stuck in the middle. And basically what product sticky center means is that this text will stay exactly where it is, which is actually great for conversions also. This one is very, very good, where you could scroll and the image will scroll with you, and this kind of stuff will stick here. This kind of stuff will stick here. If you're going to be using this setting, then you don't need the sticky add to cart. Basically, what the sticky add to cart will do is that if this cart button ever disappears, the cart button will always stay there permanently. Also, if you add a reviews app, the stars will show on the sticky add to cart and on the next to the pricing. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look. We have product sticky. So this is just the regular version with the this whole section here kind of stuck there. That's why it's called product sticky. We have product sticky center, which we take a look at. Product gallery basic. We have product gallery basic. So this is just one large image here. Image, where with smaller image, and this does move, which in a moment like this where the add to cart can disappear when scrolling up, a sticky add to cart is a benefit, right? Let's go ahead and take a look. We have product gallery modern, which basically this makes the images kind of fit, and this is what I used for the Interactive store. We have product large image, which will make the images obviously very, very large, which is not really that necessary, to be honest. Product slide center. We took a look at this already, right? Let's see product slide gallery. So this is actually too big because the images are humongous. But basically what this looks like is it's almost like a gallery. Maybe I could save it and kind of reload here as to how it looks. Let me type this in. But basically the way this would look is it would look like almost like a literal slider gallery. And you could click through the images and actually slide through. Let's go ahead and see if this will work if I click on one of these images. Maybe we could view it. Yeah, so exactly. So this is what it will look like. When you enter the website, maybe I could zoom out here to give you guys an example. And these images are way too big for this example. If I did this, guys, and I took pictures of the images in a smaller version, this would make sense. See, this is why you need a store with different settings so that you can see the benefits of every little feature. Because all stores are built differently. All your products are different. So let me go ahead and add a product, and I'll just show you kind of the true benefit. And let's call this product demo product. And I'm just going to be adding the two smaller images to kind of show you guys the difference. Demo product. And I'm going to add these two images. Let me just drag and drop this here. Okay. And I'm going to hit save. Let's go ahead or hit activate, then hit save. Okay. Now we're going to just preview this product. So preview. and you're going to see how it's going to look. It's going to look like a gallery. All right, so you could see here, it's a gallery. If I added this image again, right, maybe I could get rid of the bigger one, delete media. Maybe if I even made it real small, so maybe this image, let's say if I took this image and just dragged another one. I just want to give a good example as to how it would look. Let me go ahead and pull this image up. Maybe I could use this one. It's also a little bit smaller. So this is like a full-on gallery. Let's hit preview and see the difference now. I'll kind of show you guys. So do you guys see the difference? These images, it's almost like a gallery that you can flip through. Now, like I said, these images are not ideal because they are so large. And this will hurt your conversions if you have large images like this, because the customer is going to come and look, he's going to see huge images and he's going to be like, what is this? Also, something you want to pay attention to is all images must be the same if you're going to use this gallery setup. So basically what the gallery setup is, it's almost like a slider that you can slide through. You can see here. And then when you scroll down, you have everything about the product right here. Okay, so that's going to be ideal if you were to use this kind of feature. You would use this feature only when the images are a little bit smaller, right? In this case, they're not, so that's not something we could use. Let's go ahead and head back to our store, and let's just customize, and let me show you guys which one I will be going with. There's a few options, to be honest. The center sticky one is pretty good. And the original one is pretty good also. So let's go ahead and select here and let's take a look. Yeah, so this gallery one is not going to work generally. It's just the images are too big. I'm not saying it's going to improve your conversion rates, but it's definitely not going to improve your conversion rates. Might hurt it, but it's definitely not going to improve it. So let's go ahead and stick with Product Sticky Center. Okay, so I kind of like Product Sticky Center a little bit better. It very, very clearly shows the add to cart, the buy now. It shows that there's 6 left in stock, real-time visitors. So it shows all that kind of information. Let's go ahead and hit save here. And like I said, when we scroll through, we can see that. Now, there's really not much else to say. I mean, for this episode, I just think that overall, there's some conversion tactics that can be involved. We included split banners, obviously. We had a product focus, which is product version 3. Or no, is it the women's product? Yeah, so it's this one right here. We have some text, we have an image, and we have some scrolling images. Now, this would be best in an application also in a different niche other than clothing. I mean, this works for clothing, but it would work phenomenally well for other brands and other businesses. For example, if you're selling, like, for example, coffee, and this is a good example, you would say, like, some text here about, like, let's say a dark roast style, and then here you would have, like, some kind of photo of the dark roast, right? And then here you would have, like, 6 different versions of the dark roast coffee, right? So, like, raspberry, orange, whatever, dark roast, different flavors. Yeah, I don't even know if that exists, raspberry dark roast coffee, right? But you guys get my point. You would show the different variations of that coffee right there in this whole banner. And basically what this banner would do is this banner would be essentially your focal point for a specific product or a specific segment of products within your store. Here we have our product grid. Now, the product grid comes with a cabinet. So what a cabinet is it's this place where you can kind of like switch through. This is best used, like I said, if you have, and I said this before in other videos, if you have a very large variety of products. In fact, it works phenomenally well for general stores. General stores do very well with this kind of feature, and I actually recommend anybody with a general store to use this feature. If you have 10 different, segments of products, right? You have clothing, you have, games, technology, toys, whatever. Every single little section, you add one of these here. Watches, if you sell a fashion store that's kind of general, where you sell clothing, you sell shoes, you sell jackets, you sell watches, you sell whatever, you could do that here. And you can add little settings here, and you could do that. And it's actually really, really great and really awesome. Here is the sign up newsletter. So newsletters are important just in general to receive new leads for your store. I might have talked about this before, but a lot of people don't actually do this. And it's actually a little confusing as to why. It's a free place where you can get somebody's email. In fact, some people who want to buy the product but not right away are going to look for something like this specifically because they know that you're going to by default reach out to them and they want to look at your products in the future and buy them. So keep that in mind. This is the spring collection. You can see there's this little gray, like circle with a line through it. This won't be here if I actually posted a photo in the background, and I'll kind of show what this looks like. I'll just hit the lookbook. This is lookbook version 2. If I was to hit, like, let's say number 1 here, the image of the product, it would have a buy now button for the actual product. Does that make sense? So if I would click on this, it would show what the product is, etc. My only recommendation is that if you have the images on the lookbook, don't keep these two images the exact same. So the first image of the actual product shouldn't match the first image of the lookbook. It will drive more interest in the people's eyes or your customers' eyes when they see a different image. So you see this image, how the person is posing sideways? Now she's posing frontward. What does this do? This just provides more, essentially more, gives the person a greater chance to see what the product looks like. Now, this might not matter for clothes too much, but for other niches especially, this will make a huge difference. Some people, for example, jewelry, they want, in the lookbook, they might see the front of the piece of jewelry, but they might want to also see the back or the side, but without clicking. Well, if they click here, then they'll be able to see that on the photo of the product, right? So just keep that in mind, guys. You could see here's another example. You could see how she's posing here by grabbing her hat. If I click on the photo, now she's not grabbing the hat in the next photo. So this just makes a small little creative design difference that really brings out the rest. Now, if you want to add a background, I've actually shown this, but the lookbook, page 2, just select background here and just pick like a background image. You can kind of do whatever image you kind of want to set up. And there's different kinds of lookbooks, right? There's ones with the text and without. So, like I said, they have a whole ton of features. If I hit add section here, the features go on and on. Probably, to be honest, too much that I can add. Like, for example, Looks has a feature if you want to add like a product grid of the reviews, and you could do this on your homepage, which is actually a really good idea too. Like, something that I would do, and this is a great way for people who are running Instagram type stores, is you have your selection of like 4, 5, 6 products on the top here with a cabinet, right? And then right under it, directly right under it, you would have one of these looks grids. And basically what that will do is people know what you're selling, right, through Instagram, and then they see that grid, and what that grid is going to do is it's going to just prove the results or prove the testimonials through reviews, and it's going to boost your conversions that way also. Remember that there's not one set way to design a store. You just have to be very creative with it, and you have to think logically, right? Now, I added a photo gallery here. Typically, I really wouldn't add a photo gallery. I would add an Instagram shoppable section, but obviously I can't do that. Even though the feature is here, I can't do that simply because I don't have access to the store's Instagram, so it's not something I could do. But if I was in that position, I definitely would. You're going to see a lot of features here that says miscellaneous, like people and teams or product detail and things like that. I would use different features like this. Like, for example, product in detail is pretty cool. We can select like a certain product that we want to sell on the homepage. There's just a whole bunch of different cool stuff, but the team building ones, like for example, where they show the team or they show an About Us section in the website, that stuff is kind of beneficial if you're selling stuff outside of clothing. Something that has a little bit more meaning to it, because let's face it and let's be real for a minute. Clothing is a commodity, right? You can find that really anywhere, and it's just a tool. It's just a resource. So, if it's something very, a little bit more particular, a little bit more, not standard, but a little bit more, whatever the opposite of standard, whatever that word is, it doesn't come to my mind. A little bit more particular, put it that way. If you're selling something a little more particular, then the team would matter. For example, there's a store called Butcher Box, and this is Ty Lopez's, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it is Ty Lopez's meat business Could it be? Could it be? I think Ty Lopez owns a different one. I don't know. Either way, they sell meat, right? And something that would be beneficial is like if you're a consumer, you might want to know who the team of the business is. Like who are the people preparing the meat? Who are the people that are doing the butchering? Like you have a video episode here. You can add team members, like people on the team. So there's a lot you could do with different features here. You just got to really pay attention to like how can this benefit you, right? Here's a collection section. So there's a lot of things you can do, like I said. So you just got to pay attention to what you want to use. Frequently asked questions section, contact us section. This is all, like I said, on the homepage. If you guys want to see me build a one product store, hit me up in the comments down below and let me know. If that's something you want me to do with this theme, I'll do it right here in front of you guys and make sure it happens, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.